prasannavadane Karunavatare Dibbojjaloddutimayi Trijagad-janitri Kalyanakarini Varabhayodana-shile Matar Viraja Satatam Mama Hrit Saroje Brahmasarupini Shive Shubhade Sharanye Chaitannadayini Bhavam Buddhipatu Netri Shanti Prade Shubhimale Shakulartinase Matar Viraja Satatam Mama Hrit Saroje Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Goddess with the gracious smile, O Sarada, O Avatar of compassion, you shine with divine glow. O Mother of the three worlds, you take care of our welfare and remove our fear. O Mother, dwell forever in the lotus of my heart. O embodiment of Brahman, most beautiful and auspicious one, our refuge, you grant spiritual awakening and take us across the ocean of this world. You are purity itself, the granter of peace and the destroyer of misery. O Mother, dwell forever in the lotus of my heart. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Thank you all for coming even with this rain, which is an hindrance, of course, but it needed. We need rain. So good that you could come and think of Mother. Today our topic is a compassionate mother, Mother Sarada. You know Sarada, many of you do not know, Sarada, Ma Sarada is a divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna, who was totally intoxicated in God day and night. Her compassion actually created a new dimension of life, as it were, in the spiritual history of humanity. Whenever Avatar comes, you know, God comes, and a divine concert also with it. Rama comes, then Mother Sita, we find. Krishna comes, there we find divine concerts, Radha and others' names we find. Sri Chaitanya with Vishnu Priya. Like that we find that there is this to do good to the world, to remove the suffering of the world, to show extraordinary love and compassion to the suffering humanity. God comes with his concert, divine concert. But in other incarnations we find that her role is from the background. They don't come forward because of the social conditions of the time, and never they are made very prominent and important in the front line. Their service was always from the supportive side. But this time, this Mother Sarada, who came to fulfill the mission of God, to establish the dharma, real religion, to present before the society what is religion and how to live a life of spirituality. When that Holy Mother took a very grand role, and that role was to how to love everyone unconditionally. In our life we love, but we cannot love unconditional love. We do not know that word we hear, but I do not know what is unconditional love. Our love is always conditioned. Condition means, if I love you so long, you fulfill certain conditions. Even the intimate relationship gets broken when the condition is not fulfilled. Expectation condition. I want you to live like that, look like that, see like that, work like that. There are conditions. But this Holy Mother demonstrated a life that there can be a love which does not depend on any condition. One can love a person who is not of a grand character, but love can be there deep, though his apparent form is not holy, pure, sanctified. This is not a job of an ordinary person. It needs a great character, great strength of spirituality only. Therefore, this Holy Mother's life is an example in the world of suffering and pain, where every relationship is breaking every day. This is an example how to present and live a life of compassion and unconditional love. Compassion, our subject is compassionate mother. Compassion we understand. Compassion means always, normally if we think of compassion means sympathy, compassion means piety, means feeling for others. That's compassion. Empathy, understanding someone's position, and take care, consideration for others. These are the normal understanding about compassion. But compassion has a deeper significance also. Here, there is a professor, Dr. Ekman, who is a professor of UCSF, San Francisco. He is a prolific writer, and he published influential bestseller books on facial expression, emotions, and deception. And there he has defined compassion. Compassion, literally, he says, means to suffer together. You have some suffering, someone is compassionate means, comes forward and you share and he takes a burden of you. This type of people are very much needed in the world. Who cares for your suffering? Everyone is busy with their own suffering. Everyone wants to be protected and supported, but no one can go forward to support others. And he says that emotion, researchers, they also define it, this compassion, that the feeling that arises when you are confronted with another's suffering. That's one part. First you feel that there is a suffering and that person is in pain or agonies or so much subject to depression or agonies. And feel, then your compassion will be complete if you feel motivated to relieve that suffering. It's not only one-sided, that I see some suffering and I feel for that person. That's not enough. But your action is important, what you can do for them. That's a child, when the baby suffers, mother suffers more. Mother does not say, you are suffering, wow. No, not that. Not verbal sympathy or some emotional expression merely. But mother jumps into the situation and how to help that child or baby out of that difficulties. So this is the compassion, has these two aspects. Compassion that's why it's not mere empathy. Empathy is feeling another person's pain, whereas compassion is taking action to relieve the suffering of others. Sri Ramakrishna once asked Holy Mother, that won't you do anything? Holy Mother was a village woman. In that period of time, society, women were always in the van, particularly because of the Muslim rule and other things, situation has happened in India. Most of the women used to live in the inner quarter. They didn't go to school, they have no provision for facing in the society to come out. And his mother said, I don't meet any person, any people, and what shall I do? Then Ramakrishna said, what have I done? You will have to do much more than I have done. Don't you see the people of Calcutta? They are like worms. They suffering so much due to ignorance and worldliness. Won't you do anything? Then actually, Sri Ramakrishna said, you will do much more than I have done. Actually, we find the history tells us that what Sri Ramakrishna did, a revolutionary, what you call the phenomena in the spiritual growth of humanity, to put this idea, God realization, the goal of life, and you can realize God in this life, and all paths practiced perfectly, it will lead you to the same destination. And all these things, what was the great message for this age? Holy Mother executed them by her own spirituality, inner depth, grand personality, in a way humble, at the same time grand. Vivekananda, like person who is conquering the whole world. And then he used to go to Swami, Holy Mother, like a child. Her presence would give that dignity to herself and the feeling of others that they are all children, her children only. And he is begging, Vivekananda begging permission for doing anything. Whenever Mother says anything, that's the final word. And her love for all humanity, the love for all human, subhuman even. There is no distinction between that. And that has been seen in his life. Normally, as we are talking about compassion have been coined as the term compassionate joy. Compassion is not compassion. Compassion means you are compassionate, you find joy in that. No? It is not forced. You cannot force somebody to be compassionate. It should be heart's language. It should come out from here. So this Dr. Ekman, he said that 4 types of compassion. And we find that in Holy Mother's life, all these levels of 4 and beyond. That is my point to discuss this point. 4 types of compassion. What are these? First, 1, those who are good people, they at least love their wife, their children, their family. They only think of their family. At least they're good people, they're good family. They think about their family, their suffering, their misery. They just go forward. That's the familial compassion. Compassion we have for family members who are in suffering, who are in agonies, pain or whatever, physical, mental, emotional, or in whatever level. Then is the second is familiar companion or compassion. Compassion for people we have some form of relationship with, not our own family, but extended. You know someone and you feel connected with that person. And we feel, see in the world so many things are going on. We hear, we sometimes sympathize, what a bad thing is going on all over the world. We all say that. But suppose if I know that somebody of my family or my friend or distant relationship is suffering there, then it will take away your sleep. Then you will immediately go to call what is going on, how is the present situation and how you can help, in which way you can jump into it. No? So this is the second type of love, which is familiar compassion. That is not family, but extended family, you can say. C, third. Third will be the stranger compassion. You do not know anything, you are driving by, no relationship, there is no way you are connected. But when you see that person is suffering, or somebody has some accident, or someone is on the roadside in some odd, and you stop your car, you come back and try to help and inquire, call 911, or do whatever you like, and that compassion, that is the stranger compassion. That compassion is not related with the blood or your personal family connection or extended family connection. This is the third one. And there is another, sentient being compassion. Means that is, he says, all living beings. All living beings are the factor, the response of compassion. So you have to think that anyone suffering anywhere, there are people who get so upset with that. And sometimes they can't sleep. There are people. This is only sentient level, human level. But there are people, Holy Mother, we can see the life of her, that she had this compassion in all these four levels, and there is a level beyond, which is called the love for sentient and insentient, or human and subhuman. Wherever any suffering, wherever anyone in distress, she is there to redeem that person or that animal or that living entity, to rescue that from their all sufferings. So that's the action. Action is going forward, not looking at herself, but only doing good to others, thinking of others, day and night, dedicated for that purpose. Never looking here to the personal interest of her own sustenance, her own needs, and her own necessities. And this response of compassion, these four categories we have talked, it may be someone is suffering from the physical level, someone may be emotional level or mental level, and maybe in disease and injury. And this may be external or internal suffering. And people can go, we as ordinary people have our limitation, we can go up to a certain point, and we cannot do much. But in Holy Mother's life we find that He can take away all your suffering, suck it, and you become free. That infinite power is only that manifested in Holy Mother's life. One lady lost her very dear son. What a loss. Just she lost her dear child, and then her heart is in pain and agonies and coming, and then came to Holy Mother and started weeping profusely. And Mother, not knowing who is that guy came, from which corner they came, and what is the relationship, not knowing anything, just listening to that, she started crying in such a way as if she has lost her own son. And then, at the extreme condition, what happened? Mother, by that crying, took away all the sufferings of that mother who lost her own child. And she felt totally relieved. There is no pain. There is no pain of separation. There is no pain and agony of loss of the child. That is the power to take away everything. We have not that power. We can, at best, can be sympathetic. You can get some sweet words or very uplifting words that you can say, or monetarily you can help something if you have some money, or you can support with your friends who knows a medical doctor or this and that. You can do this type of help. but we have no power to take away their suffering. And that suffering can be taken away by not from the human, as I said, but from all levels of existence. That was in Holy Mother's life. And when we show some compassion, compassion has a great benefit. What is the benefit? Dr. Ekman says, it generates, first one thing, when you are compassionate to someone, it generates in your heart intrinsically some good feeling. Don't you feel, I did something good today? Someone is in distress, I could have been a little help to that person. That gives you some intrinsically some good feeling inside. Second, it increases the self-respect and regard. That I am doing something good, I am something better. Because spirituality is what? To lead us from the brutal life to the human life to the divine life. This is journey. In the world you look at that, how many brutes are around, creating so much trouble in the whole world. Newspaper you open, you see. And few brutes can destroy the entire peace of the entire community, entire country. And there, that brutal nature, to elevate it into a human nature. I'm a human being. You are the same in me. You are the same as I have my stand to live in the life and peacefully, joyfully. You have the right to do that. Human, honoring everyone with respect and due, respect and honor. And then know something higher, seeing the oneness in all. As is me, as some thorn pricks at your feet, you don't pay less attention if it pricks in your hand. The pain is there, pain in the hand, it is yours. You don't feel, okay, let him suffer, let the leg suffer. And my hand should be taken care of. No, both are mine and I feel the pain of it. So in the society, a person coming from a background, illiterate, poor, condition of suffering due to their social status, their religion. From that to anyone in the world, anywhere, it's one body of God. And feeling identified with that, you feel the suffering, whoever is suffering anywhere. That is Holy Mother. So, this benefit, as I said, we can practice this compassion. That will give us some, generate in us some intrinsically good feeling. Secondly, it will create increased self-respect and regard. And also, automatically people elicit the approval of others. No? It gives. That is the benefit of this being compassionate. And Ekman's conviction, Dr. Ekman said, human society must move towards what? Global compassion. And that global compassion is also, Ekman's restriction is that only sentient being and the human. He says that a concern to alleviate the suffering of anyone, regardless of their nationality, language, culture and religion. So he expects that our compassion, society should rise from these 4 levels of compassion to the global compassion. Global compassion is when compassion is felt towards all human beings and it is a central concern in someone's life. Someone's life, people live for so many causes, but these are the people who will live for this cause, to ameliorate the sufferings of others, anywhere, any person, any level. This is a global compassion. But Holy Mother was universal compassion. Global, not human, but whatever level of existence, any life, that was her infinite compassion. Ramakrishna defined two words. One is called Maya, another is called Daya. He has used two Sanskrit words. Maya means, he said that when the love for someone loves his only family members, not family members, even there are so many people, they don't care for any husband, wife, husband, children, nothing, I. There are some people who is what? My eating is done, my food is done, my sleep is done, my job is done, my car is here, my home is there, that's all. Finish. There are people of this category. Better category of people is saying, no, not me. My wife, my children, my family, and then go extend my relative, my this is happening. So, extension. Swami Vivekananda defined this. Expansion is life, contraction is death. And he says, unselfishness is divine, unselfishness is religion. And when selfishness comes into the picture, that is irreligion. So in that perspective, Ramakrishna defined what is Maya. You know, Maya means that deludes us, that binds us, and that binds into the bondage of birth and death and suffering and misery, no? This cycle of it. And what is called Daya? Daya is called compassion, which releases you from limitation. Ramakrishna defined loving your own body, your own parents or your own children, that is called Maya. You are not getting the bigger picture. Yes, you should love them, but your love should extend for others also. And what is Daya? When you expand yourself for this love and feeling for the sufferings and miseries of all. So this is Daya, and that we need to develop this ideal of compassion to all, the global, to universal, to all sentient being. That love, where shall we find some ideal? So we need some ideal. We find in the Holy Mother's life that extraordinary characteristics of Holy Mother Sarada Devi is in her acceptance of all, without any criticism of discrimination. This is one thing. To accepting everyone without any criticism and discrimination, this is very rare thing in life. We love, but our love is centered around somewhere. These 2 points. It is the acceptance. Can you accept a person as he is or she is? Can you accept anyone? Can you love anyone on his or her condition? Not your condition. We are familiar with this. My condition satisfied, then I love. If you don't fulfill the condition of my expectation, then naturally separation comes. I can't look at your face. Then I can go on fighting, and then. So, but can we love anyone in his or her condition? Holy Mother is an example of that, where there is acceptance, and Holy Mother accepted everyone. The Muslim dacoit who goes and robs houses, and the terror for this entire community. And Holy Mother, his mother, when he comes, she could have said, "Hey, why do you go and do all these nonsense things?" But Mother never dictated anybody. But overwhelming love. The dacoit is coming out of his jail. He's disabled hair and dirty body and this and that. But he remembers the love of Mother. As soon as he gets out of the jail, he runs to see the Mother, walking quite a distance. And she has also the knowledge that you are going to a holy mother, holy lady, anyone holy in Indian style, you don't go empty-handed. Don't go to the temple empty-handed. Don't go to a holy man empty-handed. Bring something, like some fruits or something, whatever. Even one pie material cost is some token of respect. So, but he has no money. What she'll do? She was going and found that there are many pumpkins in a field. He went and cut the pumpkin and took it and came to Holy Mother and said, and Mother said, with a pumpkin in the hand, then Mother said, "Oh, my child, I have not seen you for a long time. What has happened?" He is very innocently said, I did this wrong thing and I was put to jail. And Mother said, Mother won't allow further discussion with that issue. Mother will say, "Oh, you look so tired. Okay, come, wash your hand first and sit here and eat something." So Ma will give something to eat and then will give him, okay, go take a shower, take some, she will give body oil, he will give soap, and new clothing, new towel, etc., etc. Go. And Ma starts cooking meal for this dacoit. No question. What you did is not the question. My love is unconditional love, and love wins. The entire community of other areas, these people are frightened for this highway robbers. But that mother's village was unaffected. Never he did anything in that village itself. Entire village community is protected because of the love of mother. And then Ma will prepare the meal and hot rice and dal and whatever she prepares. And he comes. And he's a Muslim guy. He comes, and society naturally we don't look at the same respect, no? That type of people. But mother will be asking him to sit, and she will arrange for her food and serve herself and feed with a fan in the hand. In early days, about 150 years, 120, 30 years ago, no? And then that boy, that man will be very happy. And someone loves me unconditionally. And then he'll say, Ma will say, okay, now you go and rest and come back after a little rest in the nap. And then when he comes, then Ma will prepare a whole lot of things, give the cloth for his wife, for his children, something, what they can use it, some food, some this, some fruits, and make a bundle of that. And now go home. And he will be happy, a child going back. Can we treat anyone like that? That is the point. So that's why Holy Mother surpasses all these conditions. There is an acceptance, question of acceptance. Not the question of only judging and finding which is favorable to me. If I can go get along with you and you can get along with my ideas, then I am there. That is called one type of compassion. But acceptance is a higher level of compassion, not judging. Holy Mother said, make the whole world your own. No one is stranger, my child. That's exactly the Vedanta what we read every day. Sarvang khalu idang brahma, everything you see. You are ignorantly seeing that he is human, subhuman. It is whatever you are seeing, it is all the conscious Brahman, conscious Atman. That spirit appearing in different costumes. The same ocean water with the different waves. And each wave is made of the same content as H2O. We are all constituted of that. Some is violent wave, some is sweet wave, some is soothing, some is frightening, but it is all constituted of the same one idea. And that is the practical Vedanta. And that is the ideal on which this Ramakrishna movement is established. And this Vedanta Society's goal is that. We call Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. Serve everyone looking at Lord Shiva himself or the divine within. See the divinity everywhere. Maybe it is covered with some dark cloud. Sun is not today, sun is there. Covered with a cloud, you don't see the sun. But sun has not gone anywhere. A person with his bad character or good character, is this how much cloud is covered, how much cloud is less. We call holy people whose clouds are less. Little light, more shining light. Ignorance is gone. That here, Mother said, make the world your own. is perfectly manifested in the life of Holy Mother in such a degree. And our Upanishad teaches us, thou art that, I am that. That divine is me and you are that divine. That is the basic teaching of the Upanishad. And Mother did not go to learn such Sanskrit words, but she has demonstrated in her life this type of incident. She, as a divine mother, was the sole refuge of all who is in distress, bereavement, suffering. Mother stands in her greatness with protected wings, as it were, whoever comes to protect them. In those days, India, there was caste system, means those who are of a higher level of society, higher strata of society, does better type of job, but Mother became a revolutionary. You can say she created revolution, not like street protest with a flag in hand, but she had her own life demonstrated. In the caste system is you are low caste, you cannot touch me, you cannot come close to me, because you are born low-born. Low-born means in a poor family, in a destitute situation. So people judge each other in this context, that Mother accepted the challenge against the orthodox, heartless, rude society of her time. Here in this country also, black, white, this, that, where is not that distinction? It is not a very special thing in India. Even today, there are discriminations like that. But Mother, in the eyes of Mother, this does not have any place. Like a warrior, Mother silently changed the will and revolutionized the society to give equal to all, respect for equal to all, consider the out of the narrowness of their society's thoughts and ideas. We talk about great reformers who changed the trend of the society by their oratory, by media help, writing, mass publicity, etc., writing and mass publicity. By praise them, their names are written in the history. But this Mother Divine, by the way of giving refuge to all, created a great historic event in the background of the Indian context. Ramakrishna ordered these Vedanta societies, under the training of the Mother, have eradicated the root of this discrimination, of caste, creed, social hierarchy. Here you see, this is the Vedanta society, look at that. All people come over here. There is no way. See, you are coming here, you can go in any place and enjoy the presence of God, no? But suppose a Orthodox Christian person can come here and enjoy? No, there is a picture, Ramakrishna is something other, Christ is something other. But what we say? Christ is Ramakrishna, same person came in different form. And there is all types of people, Hindus, Christians, Jews, Muslims. We have no such discrimination. We love God, that is the criterion. How the breaking through this distinction is the Vedanta. Vedanta says about what? Ekameva advityang brahma neho nanasti kinchana. Brahman is only one and absolute. There is no iho nana. There is no two, there is no many. Many is ignorance. I see many, that is my ignorance. When the knowledge comes, then you see the oneness in all. Gita suggested, Ishvara, the Lord is seated in the heart of all, and feeling the same God residing in the heart of all. So, people of all walks of life, eat, sit, pray, renounce, meditate, they're together. This is because of the Mother Sarada in our tradition. It is a wonder how she did it alone from the very beginning of her life. These ideas did not creep in her mind by reading some books on communism, socialism, democracy. She didn't go to the school to learn all these things and apply it in the life to make it a democratic country and this country. Her life itself was a spontaneous expression of breaking the distinction, all distinctions of duality. Here is the So in her life we find that she is giving all types of breaking through this separation. A rich person and a poor person. In the eyes of Mother they are same. When Holy Mother went for a pilgrimage in the southern part of India, and he went to the king of Khetri. There are then so many states were there, and each was dominated by kings. And this king was very much impressed with Swami Vivekananda when he was in his wandering days. And when Holy Mother went there, they came to know that is the mother of, is the divine mother of Swami Vivekananda, guru of Swami Vivekananda. And naturally the king was so excited, and she ordered that the treasure house to open for her mother, and ask her to take any jewel, any pearl, anything she wants to take. It's a full house of jewelry, all the treasure house of the king. And she thought mother will be taking something costly. Ma went and then looked at everything, said, I have nothing to take it here. And the king was astounded. My God, what a renunciation. What? And what type of spiritual attainment is that this costly material thing has no value in her life. Not only that, she is totally said, I cannot take. If someone can take on my behalf, she has a niece. So she said, if she likes, she can take. But she's a small girl. She may be tempted to get some jewel. But by Mother's grace, she also said, what do you want? Will you like take anything? She said, no, I will take a pencil. The king was astounded to see that this tremendous renunciation, and that earned great esteem of reverence for Holy Mother. That's a great praise from a king. And the other person, the same mother, it is all seeing mother seeing the same, her own son as it were, the king, no special feeling of pride or anything for that. And when she is going in a railway station, she is waiting. Mother is waiting to go some other distant place. And suddenly one ordinary porter who carries your load in the train station and put it into the train and give some money like that, looking at Holy Mother, how he understood, I do not know. He went to the mother and cried, "Oh Mother, you are my mother Sita. Oh Mother, tu Janki mai, mera Janki mai." Janaki is the Mother Sita's another name. So, and Mother is seeing the same compassion there, the same compassion with the king and the poor. There is no comparison at all. King of a state, and here is a poor porter who earns ₹1, one or $2 a day or something like that to maintain her lifestyle. The same behavior. Not only that, she wanted some initiation. Initiation means so that he can get out of the bondage of life, no? Initiation, mantra, how to meditate, how to pray. Mother blessed her with initiation. Householder and monk. People make a distinction that he's a monk, he's a very pure guy. And he's coming from a household life, oh, he is ordinary person. No, in the eyes of Mother, they are all considered the same and given the same status and love. So, Mother is to feed everyone. That's the motherly love, no? You mothers always, what is the first expression of their love? They will all prepare some sweets or some items and feed the children. So, Mother is to feed, as I gave the example of to the dacoit, to that person just out of the jail, Amzad. So, and any person comes from any strata of society, Mother immediately will prepare the food and serve. And with that service, the society was very rigid those days. The orthodox people does not like this. You are breaking the rules of the society. Then mother will not listen to them, and they ultimately they find Holy Mother for breaking the norms of the society. And she gave some fine also, but she didn't stop her actions, continued that. She cannot do. She used to say, if anyone comes and calls me mother, I cannot refuse. I cannot say no to that. There in the childhood or onward, this tendency of compassion was very common. When in the early days, there was famine used to happen in India so much, every year almost, or alternate year something. So there is a big famine. And Mother Saroda, she was a very young girl, 5-6 years old girl only. She used to, then her father opened the granary what they had and to prepare meals for these famine-stricken people. And famine was so harsh, so rude, that people have not eaten for days together. So when they used to come to eat something, they even used to eat which is non-eatable items. Even the cows, in the cow shed, some fodder is there for the cows, they used to start eating to just fill up their stomach. And then the new khichdi means the mixed rice and dal, they mix together and prepare a meal, common meal. And that was prepared, and that is very hot, but they have no time to get it cooled and then can eat. Their hand is burning, but their hunger is so strong, they are trying to take that and put it in the mouth. And this mother, Saroda, from the childhood, with the 2 hands, tiny hands, 2 fans, handmade fans, fanning to cool the food so that these children can eat well. Who have taught that? Who have taught that a small girl? It's the innate tendency with the compassion. They are born like that. So there are many stories. And he used to take care of her own sisters and brothers, and so to send the food for the people who are working in the grand field, rice field, when the daily laborers used to work, Ma used to carry food for them, supply their water and other things. It is no one has asked, dictated her. It's spontaneously that motherhood, mother of love and compassion manifested. Then she starts from their family member, her own sisters and brothers, and to take care of them, and their love unconditionally. At the same time, that love continued when he is to seeing the suffering of the hungry people in the society, and when it is happening in the streets of Calcutta, and the plague happened, and plague started, then Holy Mother stand there with Sister Nivedita. She didn't make any distinction between Indians and Americans and Britishers. That time it was a big thing because it was under British rule. So India was foaming how to get freedom. But in the eyes of Holy Mother, they are also my child. Those who are rulers, they are also my child. Those who are ruled, they are also my child. But she used to get offended when some atrocities used to go. So one day it happened that there was one lady was treated very heartlessly, brutally, tortured by the police forces were the nationalistic people. So an innocent woman had no escape. So the police was pulling the hairs of the woman and dragging her over the streets in the broad daylight. Then Holy Mother was extremely pained and said that the destruction of the rulership is near at hand, where the innocent women are tortured like this, as if out of sympathy, out of empathy, out of that love, unconditional love, she said. At the same time, when there are in celebration time, there is a gift is to be given to the household. So the women in the home, they used to have even now it is the tradition. In the Durga Puja, like Christmas, that puja time, people bring some new clothing. So they are purchasing new clothing for the family members, women. But these boys who went to purchase, they are nationalistic. So they say, we are boycotting British things. We will only use what is homemade, in the country made. But this handmade clothing are very thick, no? And machine-made clothing are very fine. So the ladies prefer to have fine clothing. And when they brought all this thick cloth, so the complaint came, and mother then called the boy, why don't you bring nice, fine clothing? But no, we cannot purchase, they are British people. Then the mother said, are not they my own child also? And then mother forced them to exchange their cloth and bring that, what is the fine cloth for. So in her eyes, there is no distinction. Only the motherly compassion and holiness and love was. If we go through the different stories, I would request you, I have no time, to request you to read the life of Holy Mother, Sarada Devi. Your heart will be soothed. You need not have to read many philosophies. But if you touch them and read them, you can feel how a life can be elevated in the level where we can break all distinction. Vedanta says, thou art that, you are that. There is no two. Seeing two is ignorance. Seeing one is the knowledge. So, mother's life, in every phase, every movement of life, and mother can take away and down the same. I have given the example that how suck all the suffering, and not only the suffering of this life, he can take away all the sins of past lives and make you a free soul, called a Brahmagyani, or a knower of truth. There are many examples of that, so you will read for yourself. That's compassionate mother. And we pray for her grace in our life to come, to make our life peaceful, and to make our life meaningful, and to learn the compassion, what she has demonstrated in life. Om Sri Ramakrishna Maya Jivita Ishwaritvam Tadbhava Vigraha Mai Tadabhinna Satta Sri Ramakrishna Maya Pavaka Dipti Shakti Matar Viraja Satatang Mamrhit Saroje Satchit Sukhanubhavadayini Bodharupe Vishweshwari Pranatapalini Siddhidatri Sri Sharade Bhuvana Mangala Divya Murte Matar Viraja Satatang Mamrhit Saroje. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. A living goddess filled with the spirit of Sri Ramakrishna. You are the realization of his essence. You are none other than he. You are the light and energy of the Ramakrishna flame. O Mother, dwell forever in the lotus of my heart. You are the enlightenment that brings the joy of existence, consciousness and bliss. Ruler of the universe, protector of the devotees, you bring the ultimate fulfillment. O Sri Sharada, your divine form sanctifies the earth. O Mother, dwell forever in the lotus of my heart. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all.